Hi everybody and welcome back to Both Sides Book Club, first episode of 2021.
Happy 2021 everyone.
Yeah, we hope you all had an amazing Christmas break and a great New Year's. And you've been enjoying some summer, or if you're on the other hemisphere, some winter time of relaxing, celebrating, hanging out with friends, I know, and loved ones. I certainly know I have.
Yeah.
We are so excited to jump back into another year of book club with you all.
And we have got some great books for you lined up already.
Yes, we certainly do. It's been nice to have a little bit of a break over the Chrissy period though. So this episode we just thought we would catch you all up on what we've been up to over Christmas and to jump into what we're going to be reading first up in 2021 Both Sides Book Club. So, how was your break, Mum?
It was good. I mean, I don't know about you, but Christmas kind of was late coming.
Yeah.
You know, I found it so difficult to really kind of get into the whole Christmas spirit. I was really a bit like a Grinch until I guess maybe probably the weekend before Christmas, and then it was okay. We're on. We can do it. We can do it, and it ended up being fantastic.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
I felt like that was the general gist. Like, I felt like everyone I spoke to kind of felt the same way.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's because particularly in Australia, the COVID restrictions had kind of changed a little bit. And so everybody was back not everybody, but lots of people were back working and trying to make the most of the lightened restrictions. So it kind of felt like everybody was still hustling until Christmas.
And I think also just because, you know, it did impact our lives so much last year that, you know, and the rules kept changing, so no one was really kind of like quite sure, you know, how it was all going to go down. You've probably, if you've been listening to us for a while, you know that Catie's sister was in Melbourne all of last year, so she was in lockdown for 5 months and we didn't see her. So she came home for Christmas,
which was wonderful,
which was amazing. So we were so that's kind of when Christmas started to happen, and my stepdaughter came up from Tassie and we haven't seen her all year. So it was really nice. It was really, really nice.
Yeah, it was really good. I think it was just nice to have like that Chrissy period is always so good just to switch off. And just like, I feel like leading up to Christmas, you know, you've got all the family stuff and, you know, get stuff going on, and then after Christmas, what's that period where you kind of don't know what day of the week it is? It's just like that messy period.
It's that between Christmas and New Year.
Yeah. I felt like both my partner and I had that time off completely, and it was so nice. Yeah. Just to switch off and hang out at the beach and
well, we took that time off as well. Often we're busy kind of running around seeing rallies and you know, hosting friends or family, but again we actually had kind of like a whole week where we could just suit ourselves, so that was great. So we hit the beach big time working on that tan. And as some of you may know, we announced just after Christmas or just after New Year's that we are going to be having a brand new member of the Both Sides Book Club, drum roll, called Baby Chino, which is living in my stomach at the moment.
So we're really excited. So Baby Chino is due in May, so we have been just spending lots of family time and getting this little stomach in the sun, which has been
great. I've been enjoying spoiling Baby Chino already.
Yes, very, very spoiled at Christmas already. So that's been exciting. That's happening in our world. But I think for me, over the summer period, I have to confess I actually needed a bit of a break from reading. I think because in my work world, it was so like go up until Christmas that I just felt I wasn't enjoying any me time, because I didn't there wasn't really any me time, and I hate it when reading feels like it's something I have to do, a chore rather than or I feel pressure to read because I haven't been having any downtime rather than just actually switching off. So admittedly, I actually didn't read too much over the Christmas break, much to my mum's disgust, I'm sure.
I made up for it.
Yes, but Mum made up for it. We had lots of beach days together, and she was avidly sitting there reading, and I was not.
Daydreaming.
I was not.
Admiring her tummy.
Admiring my tummy and feeling it kicking. So, did you get much reading done over that? Well, I know you did, but tell me about your reading.
I did. I actually read a whole heap, which was fantastic. So the books that we chose for Christmas, I confess I had actually already read them, which is why I was happy to recommend them. Yep. So I had a bit of a blank slate. So I read a couple of books that I'd had just sitting there on my bookshelf from periods during the year last year that I'd never quite got round to reading. Which was terrific. I read, about 3 or 4 just thrillers, that kind of total...
mindless.
Not mindless, but like, just total entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment.
Total entertainment. Yeah. And that kind of always, I don't know about you, but... when I've been really, really busy and then I do have a period we go on holiday or have a few days off, that's kind of how I get into relaxation mode. And then I can read kind of, a little bit more deeper stuff or a little bit more interesting stuff if you like, but for me, it's totally just bring on the airport thrillers.
So it's a bit like binging TV series.
Totally,
it's like that mindless, not mindless, but kind of like pure entertainment.
Pure entertainment. Yeah. You're not expecting a huge amount from it, but if there's a plot that grips you and just keeps you, real page turners. Yeah. Absolute, just page turners. So I read a few of those. I also read a couple of books that are coming up this year, and you'll find out about a couple of those fairly soon. But actually, just wanted to, if anyone is short of anything to read at the moment, there are the 3 books that I've actually picked out. From last year that I found time to read, and they're all absolutely brilliant. So
I will make a note to say that these aren't the books that we will be doing.
No, they're not book club. They're not book club books. This is just a little bit extra. If people, and I don't know about you, but on my phone, I actually keep a reading list. When I hear about a book or I see something, then just in notes.
The TBR list.
Exactly.
To be read list.
Or at least just to kind of find out a little bit more about them.
Yeah.
So if you're like me and you do that, then I can thoroughly recommend that you add these 3 to it.
She's such a cute little nerd, isn't she? Don't feel bad if you haven't read, folks. She reads a book in an hour.
Not quite.
Pretty much.
Not quite. Okay, so the first one is The Searcher by Tana French. Tana French is one of my absolute favourite authors. She is Irish and she writes mystery stories, I think, rather than, you wouldn't really call them crime thrillers. They're more kind of mystery stories in that you've got to unpickle what's been happening. Did you read, last year, did you watch the Dublin Murders? I think it was on SBS or Netflix.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, many of you will, but that was based on some of Tana's earlier books. So they're really well written, really intriguing plots, and there is a mystery that you've got to unpickle. So I'd thoroughly recommend any of her books, but this is her latest one and it was absolutely terrific.
Awesome. So that's The Searcher for anybody that...
by Tana French.
Yeah, perfect.
So this one, Writers and Lovers by Lilly King. Now I've had this book sitting here or sitting on my bookshelf.
You've had that for a while. I've seen it.
Yeah, for about 6 months, but I actually hadn't got round to reading it. But it's just terrific. It's the story of a young woman called Catie who finds herself after the breakup of a relationship back home living with her mother, and she desperately wants to be a writer. And in the meantime, she's working as a waitress, is completely broke, and is in a pretty low sort of place. And within the space of a couple of weeks, she meets 2 men. One's a young guy, one is an older older guy who has 2 children, and she falls into a relationship with each of them. So as the book progresses, basically she has to choose between them and the kind of life that she wants, and in doing so then finds out what it is that she wants to do. So absolutely terrific. So that's Writers and Lovers by Lilly King. And my third one again came out a few months ago, and that is Elena Ferrante's new book, The Lying Life of Adults. Again, you might have, some of you might have read her series of books that was set in Naples. The first one was called My Beautiful Friend. Do you remember? And also I think Netflix did an adaptation of them, really gritty, raw books set in Naples. This one isn't part of the series, but again, it's set in Naples, and it's the story of a young girl, Giovanna, who, as a teenager, overhears her father telling her mother that she's ugly.
Right.
So far from being protected and from always having thought she was super, super special, it pretty much crushes her self-esteem.
Yeah, right.
And she soon finds out that a parent's relationship is not what she thought it was. She finds out a whole load of family she didn't know about. And it's really the story of a painful adolescence. So yeah, again,
sounds good.
Absolutely terrific.
That sounds good.
So what did you read?
What did I read?
What did you read?
Over our break, I read the sum total of one book.
Okay.
Confession time. I read Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. I wanted to say, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but sometimes I feel like when I'm reading books, it gives me an outlet to get rid of all of the, like, my needs to gossip. I know this sounds really weird, but if you're really, if you're interested, if there's a book that's going on and there's politics between the characters, I feel like reading their stories kind of ticks this, like, gossipy box for me that I don't know, I think all of us kind of are busybodies in a little bit of a way and kind of like to know what other people are up to and da-da-da-da. So I feel like sometimes when I read books that are quite like, this happened and there was a little bit of drama with this relationship and then there was drama with this relationship and then then this happened and this happened, it kind of ticks my, like, entertainment of gossip a little bit without having to go and gossip about other people.
But I think actually that's often down to the skill of the author, because some books that you read, like that he said that and she did that, and they just kind of like, you don't really engage with it at all. Yeah. So actually to become like kind of part of that world and to treat it like real gossip.
I just kind of felt I just kind of felt like I was following along on Nina's journey, like, and just she had so many life events, things, and so many big things that were happening in her life that I just kind of was like, oh, I kept thinking about it, like, oh, I wonder what's happening with Nina, like, which I don't know, for me is a much, not that I'm not saying I'm a big gossiper, because I'm not, but I actually like reading because it ticks that little box of feeling like I want to be a busybody.
Being a bit of a fly on the wall, looking at other people's lives.
Which I guess is why Instagram is so great too, because you can, well, it's also not great because you can have silent trolls, but it's great to kind of feel like you're having an insight into other people's lives. So kind of like you, when I'm on holidays, I like thrillers, or I like books that have got sort of like a bit of gossip. I guess it's just entertainment, really. So I really enjoyed this one, and watching Nina and Max's relationship unfold, and her relationship with her dad. I know a few of you have read Ghosts because you've written into us on Instagram, and I just felt like there was a lot going on in Nina's lives, and probably a lot, not that we can relate to her exact circumstances, but I think the way that the book put it through was that she just had quite a lot of things going on at once, which is how I kind of felt ironically over the Christmas period. I had a lot on my plate over Christmas. We had family stuff, work stuff. We welcomed a little niece into the world on Christmas Day, which was exciting, my partner and I. So there was kind of like lots of different things happening. And so I think it was nice for me to read this book to feel like somebody else had lots of things happening. So no, it was good. It was an easy, nice, loved beach read, quirky, funny. All the things that I had read about it and heard about it had rung true. Yeah. But now I'm in the mood for something to grip my teeth into. We are back, baby.
We are back.
We're back.
Actually, we haven't talked about this, but I think because over the summer we thank you very, very much. We've got lots of people who have joined our book club.
Yes.
And we haven't really got to know you yet. And, maybe you've watched some of our past episodes, or maybe you're waiting for 2021 to join us and get with what we're doing. Would you like to just kind of briefly explain what it is we do?
Yeah, absolutely. So welcome to the book club. You're welcome. Everybody is welcome. So basically the way that this Both Sides Book Club works is each month we have 2 books that we read together. So we have an episode every 2 weeks discussing a different book. So we set off the month with the 2 books. So you can either read 1 or you can read 2. So you can choose your own pace. Yeah. Because, some of you really are very, very quick readers and some of you aren't, which is absolutely fine. Yeah. As we know, she's quick, I'm not. So, and then we get together and we discuss the book.
That's we get together.
We get together and discuss the book over a podcast and an IGTV episode. We're also available on Facebook and YouTube. And we get together and we chat about the book. We have often conflicting opinions.
Absolutely.
But often as well, we share opinions.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have the authors join us or professionals in certain fields. So if the book is talking about something that we don't know too much about, we try and invite a guest that knows a little bit more about it to help us
unpickle it.
So that's how it works. So we will be announcing the February book.
Yes.
Very, very shortly. And they will be the first books to read and to join with us. But each book is also saved in a highlight reel on our Instagram. So if you want to go through and you want to read other books or pick up on episodes that we did last year, you can always go through and have a flick through and get a bit of a gist for some of the books that we did last year. But as I said, guys, no judgment here at all. Everybody reads at their own pace. So, if you read one book every 6 months, that's amazing. If you don't read at all, that's also great. Thank you for the support. And then if you're an avid reader, then you've come to the right place. But also we do encourage all of you to chat to us on Instagram.
Yeah, we love it when you talk to us.
Yeah, we absolutely love it. And we love involving you all in the conversation. So leave comments. Hit us up on Instagram.
If you've got any questions, just talk to us.
Yep. If we have an author and we're coming in and you want to ask questions like that, let us know. That's how we all work. So we're super, super excited to have some new faces around here. And also a big thank you to all of our old faces. Well, not old faces.
I've got the old face.
Our loyal faces that have been with us from the very beginning. We appreciate you. And last year and the community that we created could not have happened without you. So we're very, very grateful.
Yeah.
We thought we would jump in and
undo my pile.
And so it's that time of the episode. Drum roll.
Drum roll.
We are announcing the first book for February.
Okay, so this one is a goodie.
I'm ready to sink my teeth into something.
Okay, it is called The Last Thing to Burn by Will Dean. Now, without giving too much away, this is a book about Jane, except Jane's not her real name. Jane is Vietnamese, and together with her sister, they left Vietnam. They paid a trafficker to bring them to the UK. with the promise that they would get a job in a nail salon. However, Jane was sold to a pig farmer, and that is where Jane is as a captive, has been there for several years. She's watched, she can't escape. This is Jane's story.
Oh, I have to say I have the biggest itch for books like The Room.
If you like The Room, you will love this.
Yeah, like I have the biggest itch for books like that. I just love these like dark.
You will bite your nails.
Yeah, great. A few of you had written in and said you wanted some thrillery, intense books, so I think we're starting the year off with a bang.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Well, welcome back. Happy New Year. Happy 2021. We hope you enjoyed our episode from the garden today. We thought we would share with you what an Australian summer looks like. And yeah, amazing.
Happy reading. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. We hope you enjoyed watching this episode.
If you did, please leave us a comment below. We'll see you soon.